make a video off of an experience that my friend is having currently. I'm first going to ask him if it's okay if I can even make this video. And this video might very well help you out too. Maybe if you don't see eye to eye politically with someone in your family member, friends, parents, or if you're on the left and maybe you don't really understand what's going on right now politically.
I have an excellent idea. Let's change the subject.
Anywho, so I have this friend that doesn't see eye to eye politically with his parents. And his parents have never been political people. They've never been into politics, which makes them lean left by default because, for the past decade, if you lean right, you'll be called fascist, homophobic, racist, all that good stuff. So they lean more left and they just watch the basic indoctrinating news.
Already they're saying, he's a dictator. The place is going to hell, and we've got to stop it. So instead of saying he's a dictator, they should say, we're going to join him and make Washington safe.
So due to this, they tend to argue a lot about politics because that's all he wants to talk about because he's really into politics and they never want to hear it. They always tell him, we don't want to hear it. We don't want to talk about politics when we talk to you. So he really doesn't want to talk about anything else. He's like, what do I talk about? The weather? And the last time they spoke, they got in a huge argument about politics. So now my friend knows I'm not going to bring up politics. I'll just talk about surface level stuff next time I speak to my parents. So he spoke to his parents again. And then his mom asked him, why is Trump deploying the National Guard to Chicago and all these different cities? So already this is a huge weird red flag since she's the one that never wants to talk about politics. So does she really want to know, or is she trying to do a gotcha? But I think this is a good learning moment for anyone. If anyone really wants to know why Trump is deploying the National Guard to these different places and these different cities. Obviously, everyone on my channel, we all know why he's deploying them. But I mean, we should have these conversations. Maybe people really don't know. Maybe we need to have these layman, simple conversations explaining why all this is happening. So if you live in a blue state, a blue city, people tend to vote blue, obviously. And unfortunately, when you vote blue, that means a lot of leeway for criminals because you feel bad for criminals. Like they can steal up to like $1,000 worth of merchandise, and they know that. And they go in each store, and that's why all your products are locked up behind glass. A lot of the stores are closing down in New York. Are there drugstores there in Target anymore? Also in blue states, you vote for more gun laws, but guess what? Criminals still have guns, and there's more gun violence in those blue states. In like red states that people that carry, no one wants to F around you find out.
The people who say that gun control will fix all the gun violence do not realize that before 1968, you could order a gun out of a Sears catalog with no federal government background check and have it delivered to your door. Basically, no questions asked. And before 1968, mass shootings virtually were non-existent. The problem is not guns. People had far easier access to guns back then, but there were virtually no mass shootings. The problem that we have in this country is a mental health crisis. And on top of that, you've got this copycat effect of people seeing these mass shooters gain so much notoriety, and then they want notoriety because they are losers who have nothing going on in their life, and they're craving some sense of purpose, and they think that their purpose is psychopathically murdering people for a cause that they think justifies murder. And that's the problem. We have people in this country whose mental health is so twisted that they think that their causes can justify the murder of innocent individuals.
Like, remember when that one leftist chick said, just because you committed a crime doesn't make you a criminal. That's exactly what it means.
I do want people to know that just because someone has committed a crime, it doesn't make them a criminal.
And when these people get in prison, they don't stay in there that long. And most of the time, they don't even have bail. They just get released. And that's why there's so many people that get unalived by these repetitive career criminals that have been let out 50 times, 60 times. There should be stricter laws for them to stay in longer because obviously they don't learn their lesson. And due to how everyone votes, there's nothing police officers can do. Their hands are tied. It's the law. They're kind of like just security guards looking around like there's not much they can do. And Trump can't control the police officers because he doesn't control the states. But you know who Trump can control? He can control the National Guard, and he can make the National Guard go out to these cities and protect these cities because there's so much crime. I've seen women crying, so happy that they can actually drive down the street with their window down and not have to lock the car. Things were bad. No one should have to live like that. So my friend had to explain all this to his mother and explain to her that all these people are watching the left-leaning news that indoctrinates them and tells them that police officers are bad and to be against them. And he had to send her a video of this lady in Chicago that allegedly, apparently, I don't know, she saw like a cop car and that triggered her because cops are bad and everything, that she was trying to drive the cop into oncoming traffic and she wouldn't stop. It didn't end good for her. Like they had to pew her in that because they are being indoctrinated saying that Trump is bad, police officers is bad. Like it's crazy. Country is already screwed up with how long everyone's been voting blue with our borders. Trump is doing his best by trying to deport everyone he can with ICE and everybody. He can't get everybody. There are some terrorists that are already in America that if they want to do something crazy, they can. And that's all because everyone was indoctrinated and voting blue. Oh, I don't want to be called a racist or a homophobe. Really? You don't have a country if you don't have borders.
I don't know how this isn't being blasted everywhere between creators and the news, but everyone needs to share this. Opening up the southern border and allowing it to go unchecked for years and millions of people coming in that weren't vetted had to be the biggest act of treason in American history, and I'm about to tell you why. Because Al-Qaeda is in this country right now. The National Counterterrorism Center just put out a memo about this to all law enforcement. Over 1,000 highly trained operatives from Al-Qaeda have gotten into this country via the southern border. They have come from training camps all throughout the Middle East, and they are confirmed to be planning a massive multi-city attack. They are also uniformed to be disguised as law enforcement, first responders, and medical employees. These individuals want to obliterate Western civilization, and they can do it because we cannot find them because of our previous open border. We have no idea who they are, but it is confirmed that they are here and planning these attacks. So if you are someone that lives in a major city or work around a major hub, you need to stay off your phone in public, be vigilant, especially around hospitals, police cars, etc. You need to be aware of your surroundings, make sure that your law enforcement is up to date on this information, and be aware of any confirmed or theorized sleeper cells. This is a very, very, very real threat. None of this has been exaggerated. And be aware that the goal of these attacks is mass casualty. Again, I do not say this lightly. I have no idea why nowhere is covering it on the news or on social media. It's literally nowhere. Maybe it's because they don't want to scare people, send people into a panic and shut down the country, but the public deserves to know this information. Again, this is coming from our highest level of intelligence. It has been confirmed, and there's really not much that we can do considering we cannot track these people. Terrorists, please be cautious.
We're not far right. We're not wrong. We're just right. I should go before I get a little too passionate. But let me leave you with this. If you have a friend, a family member, where right now you might not be seeing eye to eye politically, maybe show them this viral Charlie Kirk video.
Hello guys, my name is Joey. I brought my father with me. He's a very liberal father.
Our family's divided. We're divided the same way the nation is divided.
I'm conservative, by the way.
Will anything ever be remedied? A nation divided against itself will not stand, neither will a family divided against itself.
Why do you think your son is conservative?
I have no clue. I'll let him answer that question.
That's a bad answer. Hold on a second. You as a father should listen to your son.
I listen to him all the time.
Hold on, but then you just said you don't know.
I don't know where he went so bad. I mean, come on. It's like, I don't know where he went wrong. I don't know how he went off the rails.
Would the smarter of the two like to chime in here? Yeah.
Absolutely. So I used to be at one point on my father's side. Upon doing my own research and seeing things firsthand, I've switched sides. We talk every day about politics to the point where it's divided us. And so for him to say that he does not know where I stand is
So let me ask you, do you think that maybe he wants to believe government will do good? Maybe that's...
Of course. Okay.
Now maybe your son is going more conservative because he thinks government hasn't done a lot of good. Is that maybe a fair charitable interpretation?
That makes relative sense.
Okay, so now we're getting somewhere. Here's what I'll just say in closing, guys. Never let politics get in the way of the beautiful relationship between father and son. My advice first is for the son to the father, understand he comes from a different generational perspective. He thinks government is probably a good force. Now your son, understandably, is seeing it harder than ever to own a home. He's seen a border wide open. He's seen lies from politicians. He's seen the enrichment of the ruling class. And instead of interrupting and want to get in an edge, smartly be like, maybe my son is processing a way that I might not agree with, but he's growing up in a different circumstance than I ever would.